So I had this coworker once, smart, clearly had so much going on inside her head, but every time I tried to talk to her, I got one-word answers. Yeah, fine, sure. And I'd walk away feeling like I did something wrong, like I accidentally said something weird or she just didn't like me. And the thing is, I really wanted to connect with her. Not in a desperate way, just, she seemed like one of those people who, if you could actually get past the wall, would be one of the most interesting humans you'd ever met. So I kept trying. The usual stuff, asking questions, making small talk. Nothing worked. And one day, I just sat down next to her at lunch and said absolutely nothing. Just opened my phone, started eating, and after like 3 minutes, she started talking about her food, about a restaurant she'd been to, and suddenly, I had a full conversation going. That moment kind of broke my brain a little, because everything I thought I knew about getting people to talk to me was backwards. And that's what I want to talk about today, because shy people are not broken, they're not cold, they're not unfriendly. A lot of them are carrying around this very specific kind of anxiety, social anxiety. Researchers actually call it evaluation apprehension, which basically means their nervous system is scanning the room constantly, asking, how am I being perceived right now? They're not ignoring you, they're terrified of getting it wrong. And here's the thing nobody tells you. When you walk up to a shy person and immediately fire questions at them, you're not being friendly. To them, it feels like an interrogation. Every question is another opportunity to say the wrong thing, to look awkward, to be judged. Their guard goes up, not down. So what actually works? The first thing, and this one sounds almost too simple, is what psychologists call reducing the social stakes. You essentially make the interaction feel like it doesn't matter. No pressure, no spotlight. When I sat in silence next to my coworker, I accidentally did this. I removed myself as a social threat. I wasn't performing. I wasn't expecting anything from her. And her nervous system exhaled. You can do this on purpose. Instead of, hey, so tell me about yourself, try just existing near someone. Comment on something in the environment. Not them, not their life, just something external. This coffee's awful, honestly. That's it. You've opened a door, but you're not blocking the exit. They can walk through it if they want to, and they can also just smile and stay safe. No pressure. And here's the wild part. Most of the time, they walk through the door. There's actually research on this. A psychologist named Arthur Aaron ran these famous studies in the 90s where he found that closeness between strangers grew fastest not through big personal questions, but through gradual vulnerability. Small things first, then slightly bigger things, then a little bigger. It's like warming up a muscle before you run. You can't sprint on cold legs, and you definitely can't ask, what are your biggest fears before you've established that you're safe? And safety is the whole game with shy people. They're not withholding, they're waiting for proof that you're not going to make them feel stupid or weird or too much. So your job isn't to be interesting, your job is to be safe. Which brings me to the second thing, and this one genuinely changed how I communicate with people. It's called non-verbal synchrony, and it's this beautiful, kind of unconscious thing that happens when two people feel comfortable together. You start mirroring each other, matching pace, matching energy, and when you gently, naturally mirror someone's body language back to them, not in a creepy, robotic way, but the way you naturally do with someone you like, their brain registers it as familiarity, as belonging. Studies in social neuroscience show that synchrony literally triggers feelings of trust and connection. Your body is saying, I'm like you, before your mouth says anything at all. So if they're quiet, be quiet. If they're speaking softly, lower your volume. If they've got their arms crossed and their shoulders hunched, don't suddenly be this big, open, arms wide person. Match their energy first, then slowly, gently open up. And a lot of the time, they follow. Now, the third thing, and this one is my personal favorite, is what I call giving someone a character to play. Bear with me. A lot of shy people don't know how to start talking, but they absolutely know how to respond when they're the expert. So instead of, tell me about yourself, you try something like, okay, I need your honest opinion on something. Or, you seem like someone who would know this, what do you think about? You've just handed them a role. They're no longer a nervous person at a party, they're the person with the answer. And people, even the shyest ones, almost always step into that. This works because of something called identity priming. When you cue someone's sense of competence, their self-perception shifts, even momentarily. They feel more capable, and feeling capable makes you feel safer, and feeling safer makes you talk. I used to do this with a friend of mine who would barely say anything in group settings. Just started asking for his take on things in one-on-one moments. What do you think about this? And slowly, he got more comfortable with the sound of his own voice mattering. And eventually, he started offering opinions without being asked. That shift took months, but it started with one small thing: being curious about what he thought. Which is actually the whole thing, isn't it? Genuine curiosity, not the performance of it. Actual, real, I wonder what's going on inside your head energy. Shy people are incredibly good at detecting fake interest. They've been politely nodded at too many times. They know when you're just filling space. But real curiosity, the kind where your follow-up question comes from actually listening, not from your script, they feel that, and it disarms them in a way nothing else can. There's a concept in psychology called felt sense of understanding, and it basically says that people don't open up when they feel heard in a surface way. They open up when they feel understood, when your response to what they said proves that you were actually paying attention, that you caught the thing between the lines. That's when walls come down. And look, I want to be honest with you for a second. Some people are just more private than others, and that's okay. Not everyone needs to open up to you, and not everyone will. Your job isn't to crack someone open like a safe. That's not connection, that's just ego. Real connection is making someone feel safe enough to choose you. And sometimes they do, and it's one of the most beautiful things in the world. And sometimes they don't, and that's also okay. But most of the time, the quiet people, the closed off people, the ones who give you one-word answers and look out the window, they're not uninterested in you. They're just scared. And all they need is someone patient enough, warm enough, and honest enough to prove that being around you is safe. Be that person. Sit in the silence, lower the stakes, match their energy, hand them a role, and be genuinely, embarrassingly curious about who they are. You'd be surprised how much people have to say when they finally believe someone actually wants to hear it. If this helped you in any way, even just a little, I'd love to know. Drop it in the comments. Who's the quiet person in your life you've been trying to reach? And if you know someone who could use this, send it to them. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.